Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us. We're going to go ahead and get started. So, welcome to our workshop on networking and social media. My name is Heather Kimbrell, and I'm a Career Services Specialist here at CSU. I'll be facilitating the workshop's interactive tools today. If any questions arise during the presentation, please jot those down as Dr. Rogers will be answering these at the end. I will be asking some questions throughout the presentation in the chat area, so feel free to answer those as we go along. We do encourage your responses. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Dr. Sonya Rogers. Dr. Rogers has worked with CSU for over 3 years now. She's served CSU as an adjunct faculty, a lead faculty for organizational leadership, and as the undergraduate chair for the College of Business. Dr. Rogers holds a bachelor's degree in psychology and human services, a master's in elementary education, a master's certification in school guidance and counseling, and a doctorate in organizational leadership. Throughout her extensive career in education, Dr. Rogers has served as a counselor, administrator, coach, chair of various academic committees, an education columnist for several local papers, and published a few children's books. She is currently working on a book entitled Raising Winners at Home and School, so be on the lookout for that. So, as an active participant in her local community, Dr. Rogers knows the importance of networking and how it can influence your career. So, without further ado, let's get started. Welcome, Dr. Rogers.
Good afternoon. I'm glad we have some participants today, and I hope you enjoy this training. Starting with slide 1. In today's society, people are continuously seeking new job opportunities or possibilities for career advancements. For most individuals, simply a foot in the door is the first step in accomplishing many goals that are set toward finding a comfortable spot in the job market. As you know, or may want to know more about social networking, you can learn that it creates an opportunity for people to connect globally for various reasons, to discuss a various amount of topics for different purposes. It serves as a medium for people to collaborate and grow as individuals in a world that is full of knowledge, resources, and the consistency of inevitable change. It can serve as a great tool for those who are searching for a new or a different career. Social networking is the grouping of individuals into specific groups. Unlike most high schools or colleges or workplaces, the internet is filled with millions of individuals who are continuously looking to meet other people, to gather and share firsthand information, and to explore new opportunities and experiences. Although social networking is possible in person, especially in a work setting or a university setting, it is also very, very popular for online. Social networking websites function like an online community. Networking alone is the process through which one can get connected and build relationships with other people. Through this building of relationships, individuals can seek new or different career opportunities. Remember that it only takes one person to start a network by referring an individual to others. There are pros and cons of social networking. This can be used as a tool for job hunting, a virtual meeting place, an opportunity to promote blogs or post bulletins. It makes life more exciting for some people, and especially as they can share their ideas. A social networking site serves as this virtual meeting place where people can gather frequently. They use this to share information and to learn more about others or more job opportunities. These are just a few of the reasons why people enjoy social networking. As for cons, you always want to make sure that the sites you visit are safe. Know that you will be providing personal information online, and this could be dangerous. So you want to always be very cautious of unfamiliar sites. And this is due to the fact that sites require you or give you the option to provide very personal information, such as your name or a location of residence and an email address. Individuals can actually copy your information and pretend to be you, and that could be hazardous. Therefore, as I mentioned, it's always wise to be cautious with what you enter into when engaged in an online networking site. There are two types of networking: developmental and strategic. As some say, learning should be a lifelong adventure. So should networking. Being that as we grow, mature, and become more experienced in various professions, we must continue to develop and entertain strategic plans for our new goals and occupational ventures. Developmental refers to networking for further contacts and referrals. You can always start by compiling a list of possible contacts. Those could be neighbors, or it could be someone from a previous job, or it could be a family member. Strategize how you will connect with these people, whether it is in person, by email, by phone, or etc. Expand your network by asking contacts for advice and for further referrals. Then you can always follow up with original contacts to thank them and update you on your progress. You know as well as I that people like to be thanked and remembered when they do a favor for you. As for strategic, direct networking that lays the foundation for hiring. With this, you can arrange meetings and inform interviewers of the contacts who referred you to them, solicit them for even more referrals, and maintain contact and follow up with all promising members of your network regularly. I would not recommend approaching someone on a day to day basis, but you can play that by ear and know how many times or how frequent that it would be more professional to contact someone. Benefits of networking. Why is networking important? The U.S. Department of Labor recently reported that 48% of those recently hired were products of referrals, and surprisingly, that is from friends or relatives. Jobs are going unadvertised since before the recession when unemployment numbers were extremely low. This caused employers to believe that those unemployed were not worthy of jobs. This is not true. They began to realize that the best workers were found through word of mouth. These applicants are better referenced, tested, and known. Employers have little time to go through stacks of resumes looking for the best candidates. Therefore, it's often easier to trust someone that you know well and trust their judgment for someone's character and work ethic. People in your network should be able to give you advice, expound on important updates, or provide you with referrals to additional contacts. They can tell you about job openings within their company or with others that they are familiar with. They can introduce you to people with hiring power. They can actually hire you immediately, or they can let you know of upcoming opportunities. So if there's a job in the future that's available, they might have knowledge of that and be able to give you some information that could allow you to rest easy if you're still waiting. Remember that it is always wise to let contacts know when you have found a job and then stay in touch with these parties while adding new contacts at your new place of employment as well. There are various benefits to networking. And as you look at this slide, you can see the various terms that are associated with social networking. I'd like for you to look at this and think about yourself personally. Who have you reached out to in the past? Has it been a friend? Has it been someone at work with a previous job? Has it been someone in your community who shared something with you that you thought was interesting? Think about the connections that you have made. And then always remember that networking should be an ongoing process. You should not wait until you are in a crisis situation to begin. The better developed your network is when you begin to seek a new job, the shorter your job search is likely to become. Know that the average worker is expected to change careers some 5 times over the course of his or her working life. So a well-developed network can only make all the transitions easier. Now think about who are the best contacts. Could it be classmates, alumni? Could it be the neighbor 4 doors down? Is it a person that you admired in a chosen field and you thought you wanted to do that because that person set the role and you were impressed with their work? Is it a real estate agent? Think about the people that you know and how they could serve as part of your network. A few reasons many people opt to engage in social networking sites is due to its ease of use, its usefulness, the enjoyment of it, the social influence, And then there's typically less drama associated with it. It is vital to network with people on a personal level whenever possible. Try to remember to document the person's name and convince people why and how you can serve as a valuable asset to any company. You also need to remember to act the same way when networking as you would if you were on a job interview, by being polite, friendly, and always as dressing neatly. There are 8 keys to networking. Being prepared. This means that your purpose is to get to know people who can provide information regarding careers and leads. Networking can lead to increased visibility within your desired field, increasing your chances of a promotion and finding a job. Be targeted. This can be done by listing everyone you know, friends, family, neighbors, co-workers, and community associates. Be professional. Attending meetings of organizations in your field of interest can also assist you to get involved. Then be patient. Networking takes time and energy. Be focused on quality, not quantity. You don't have to approach everyone you know, just the people that you think could assist you as best as they can. Strive for a few meaningful but memorable conversations. Be referral centered. The key is to exchange information and then expand your network by obtaining additional referrals each time you meet someone new. Then be sure to mention the person who referred you. This is respectful. As always, be proactive. Keep a list of your contacts and update them regularly with any leads that have been given to you. It is nice also to send a thank you letter or email as appropriate. Be dedicated to networking. You will want to stay in touch with your networking contacts. Stay abreast of current opportunities in the field in which you are interested in. Networking reminders. As in some sports, you've heard of tennis or golf etiquette. Well, there's networking etiquette. This means that you should make sure that your purpose for networking is known and it's easier for you to contact those who can assist you. Don't ask your contacts to questions that you could have easily researched on your own. This appears as if you did not do your homework. Don't appear too desperate. It's a two-way street, so always reciprocate offers. Listen attentively. Respect the people that you talk to. Respect their time and the conversations that you hold. It isn't necessary to advertise that you are networking, so don't appear too pushy. Your toolkit for networking should include a nicely written resume. You can research to find the best types of resumes that reflect the particular job you're interviewing for. Business and networking cards. It's nice to have these on hand, handy and ready as if you should need them at any time. And then you could even create your own personal website. Keys to networking success. You want to have a positive attitude about networking. Cultivate your networks. Put as much into this as you can. Establish acquaintances. Practice good communication. You can do this through role playing. I've even heard of students sitting in front of the mirror and just pretending as if they were speaking to someone and receiving input or feedback in return. You can reciprocate if someone offers you advice or a recommendation. You can return the favor. You can take a long-term perspective and think of that as what your goals might be short-term and long-term to reach the particular position in which you believe you would be a best fit. And then always network where you are comfortable. And in any situation, always remember to be your best. Try to remember to treat networking as if you are making connections, building relationships, and seeking advice. If an offer is not given, then at least be thankful for the interview. Remain patient and positive. Remember there are free sites available for networking your resume and credentials. Your network of contacts is like career insurance, being that contacts will mentor you, recommend you, recruit you, refer you, guide you, support you, and even keep you up to date on industry trends and informed about opportunities among their connections. Your connections know you and are aware of your capabilities and career goals. If they do not, then it's your job to make sure that they do and that they are worthy of recommending you for any job that they're aware of that you could be suited. Do realize the importance of networking. Think about how you can be creative, how you can be prepared, and try to avoid any measures that can make you leery or afraid of stepping out. Find a mentor, stay organized, and remember to always practice interviewing skills. Then do not forget to follow up and thank everyone who has been helpful to you. Top 10 sites. According to research, Facebook is one of the largest sites that students have used. LinkedIn and others have been progressing as well. If you look at the chart, you see the different names: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Yahoo, Pinterest, LinkedIn, tagged Google, MySpace, Yep, and there are also others. These are very popular, and students are referring to these often to locate new job opportunities. Okay? You want to make sure that you remember that networking is about building and sustaining these relationships through research. This is critical to your success. Meet and talk with new people at social events and maintain in frequent contact over time. Seek groups that share your interests and passions and know and respect relationships and boundaries with expectations. Share information about yourself and practice being a good listener. Network works best when you use this as a pleasure opportunity to find a new profession. Think about your hobbies, your interests, and volunteer commitments as ways to network. And don't forget the internet and sites such as LinkedIn can be great opportunities for seeking new possibilities. You might even consider volunteering, but know that it should be an ongoing process for those times when you don't think that you need them. At this time, I'd like for you to pause for a minute and we're going to take a look at a couple of polls that you can view. And I'd like for you to select the best answer to the question in your own opinion.
Okay, Dr. Rogers, thank you for sharing that information. I did want to go ahead and launch the polls um, that we that had prepared since you talked about those 10 sites that were most commonly used for social networking. Yes, that's it. So the first poll, if you guys can go ahead and answer what you think is the best answer. And we'll see what the consensus is. So this first question is, which social media outlet do you think is most likely used by recruiters to find prospective employees? Right here. Okay, so both of you chose LinkedIn, and that is correct. Actually, according to a 2011 JobVite social recruiting survey, LinkedIn is number one with over 86%. Facebook is number two with over 55%, and Twitter is number three with over 46%. Okay, and then the second poll So, having said which sites that recruiters look at, which site do you use to utilize that you use for professional purposes? So, you both said, or at least one said LinkedIn. Okay, pretty good guesses. Um, so just keep in mind that when you are searching for a job, that employers will Google you and look at your social media profiles. So if you don't portray a professional image, then the chances are that they're going to move along to the next candidate that they have in their stack for a potential job opening. So that's all I wanted to share with the presentation. Dr. Rogers, do you have anything to add, or did you want to close the presentation?
Right, looking at slide 12, research indicates that people's beliefs and attitudes towards social networks is based on gender, age, marital status, and parenthood. These sites are most popular with young adults ages 18 to 29, and surprisingly, particularly women. College students love to be connected to their family and friends via mobile phones or social networking sites. So that's just something you could keep in mind as social media has exploded worldwide recently. Only 2.9% of the Japanese market share is captured by MySpace. That's surprising, whereas it has been quite popular in the US. And today, 1.5 billion people across the world have their profiles in social networking sites. With Facebook, people project their identity by demonstrating their relationships to others. Facebook, MySpace, and Twitter were said to have been used to spread the word regarding Japan's earthquake and tsunami. So, as I'm saying this, I'm wanting you to realize that people love to share, no matter what the information is. And through this, particularly with LinkedIn, I believe more adults, particularly young adults, are learning about various job opportunities just through collaborating with coworkers or acquaintances, even. Support skills, soft skills, and self marketing skills are examined by marketing students. The influx of networking sites and the usage of millions of people has created a scare in regards to privacy protection. So, as you're searching these sites, keep in mind of safety and security, but know also that there are lots of people who are out there daily logging into sites and connecting with others to enable themselves to get to know more about different jobs, different cultures, different economical statuses and educational institutions or corporations and governments that could all be connected to some type of career that you could show an interest in. And that would be all of the presentation that I have to offer, and I would love to see any questions that you might have in mind.
Okay, at this time we are going to open up the room for questions. So if anyone has any questions, please type those in the chat box and we'll let Dr. Rogers have the opportunity to answer those for you. And we do have one question from a participant, Dr. Rogers. What do you think about posting professional video like YouTube as a marketing and networking tool about yourself?
That's a very good question. In interviewing candidates for adjunct teaching positions for CSU, the majority of the time, candidates will post their resume, their transcripts, some type of writing sample. It could be their philosophy to teaching, but I have had some who have contacted me via phone or by email, and I have received some emails where candidates have actually posted videos or some type of, I would say, expression that allowed me to get to know them a little bit more than just reading from a Vita. So I personally liked it. It made me feel like I knew that individual a little bit more than just reading the types of jobs that that person had experienced in the past, their educational training and their industrial experience. So as long as the company is willing to accept it, I think it's a great idea.
Looks like we have another question coming up. Um, but I did want to say that I know a lot of times we might not think about how social media can help or hinder us, especially in our career goals. So I just hope that the information that you've shared today has at least made everyone aware of what can happen and encourage them to be mindful.
Yes, Gary, I agree with you. I have a 5-year old niece who knows how to work my phone better than I do.
Okay, well, if anyone has any questions, please go ahead and ask those now, or we're going to go ahead and wrap up. Any last minute questions? And if you think of something in an hour or two that you'd like to ask, just you can always contact Career Services and we'd be glad to answer those questions for you.
I would like to add to Gary's question, a lot of the public school systems now are they're making it available that students have laptops, and they all have technology courses that they're allowing students to take, and they're learning a lot about how to create videos and how to do graphic designs that I think as when we were in school, when we were younger, we were not provided that opportunity. So as a bonding for families, I think it's vital that you take some time with your children. And if not children, then maybe a brother or sister, somebody that's still in high school or who could even be in college, but work with that person in creating your own um, videos or resumes or any type of information that you think you could use to provide. It could just even be a flyer of some sort, something that you know, if it's a business card, something you know that you could share with another individual that could promote you in some form of fashion with another job opportunity. Children love to know that they can create something the same way an adult would and it could serve them for that same purpose. You know, children could even create some type of video or business card where they could cut grass or babysit. And so it would be a good bonding opportunity, I think, for an adult and a child. But if not a child, then you know you could also do that with another family member, and therefore you both learn. It's kind of a two for one.
Well, thank you, Mr. Mulder. That's very much appreciated. And yes, YouTube has a lot of tutorials as well. So maybe there's a video you can watch on YouTube on how to best use YouTube. So good luck with that. Um, just don't get distracted by all the funny videos out there, as we sometimes do. Well, I guess there's no other questions right now. So thank you, Dr. Rogers, for all of this useful and insightful information. Just a few notes before you leave. Please make sure you download the file documents in the right-hand corner for you to use. Now, these are going to assist you in the pursuit of your career-related goals, such as helping you build your network. So make sure you get these activities and resources to help you with that. And also, this workshop has been recorded and it will be uploaded at a later time as a resource for you on our Career Services page in the student portal. We don't really know when that will be. Sometimes it takes longer than it should. So if you would like the recording in the meantime, just feel free to contact Career Services to access the information. And as a reminder, Career Services is here to assist you in the pursuit of your career-related goals. We offer resources and assistance to students and alumni with job search strategies, professional correspondence construction, such as resumes, cover letters, thank you letters, interview preparation, portfolio development, and of course, expanding your network. At this time, we do not guarantee job offers, nor do we place individuals in positions. But for those of you that are connected to our group on LinkedIn, any employment opportunities that come our way from employers, we do post those within the groups on LinkedIn. You can contact Career Services by email at careerservices@columbiasouthern.edu or by phone at 800-977-8449 extension 6551. Also, if you are in LinkedIn, please connect with us. You can just search for Columbia Southern University Career Services and it should give you an option to connect with our page. Would be glad to have you. We do post a lot of career related information and, like I said, job offers and opportunities that come our way within LinkedIn. So, thank you all again for attending. We have more coming in the future, so we will let you know as soon as those are scheduled. Thank you, everyone.